Radhe Radhe. This is on. Oh, it's on. Okay. This is class number 3, Radharasa Sudhanidhi. Radharasa Sudhanidhi ki. Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ananda Saraswati ki. Jai. So we're starting a new verse today. And number 40. Describing this Manjari Bhav. And this particular title of this verse is Radha's service. Radha's Seva, birth after birth. Little softer. And then this verse has some points. This is like outline of the points in the verse points. One is the aspiration, means desire, to attain Radha's eternal Seva. The second, the verse will describe the transcendental qualities of Radha and Krishna. And the third, although the first one is the aspiration, desire, the third one is the rarity, means it's hard, difficult. The rarity of attaining Radha's Nitya Seva, eternal service. So these 3 points are mentioned in this verse. And okay, so this is verse 40 from Radharasa Sudhanidhi. Manjari Bhav in the Radharasa Sudhanidhi is the title. Tasya pararasa saravilasa murter ananda kanda paramadbhuta somya lakshmiya brahmadi durgamagatir mrishabhanu jaya kaikarnyam eva mama janmani syat. Kaikarnyam eva mama janmani syat. So you can see this is a very nice, the translation here. This is by Sri Advaita Dasji, his translation of the Sanskrit. Birth after birth, may I be the maidservant of Vrishabhanu Nandini, the daughter of King Vrishabhanu. That Radharani is the most gentle and wonderful goddess of fortune for Krishna, who is himself the source of all transcendental bliss. And that Radharani is very difficult to attain, even by Lord Brahma and others. And Radharani, that Radharani that I'm trying to attain her service, she is the very form of playful pastimes for Sri Krishna, who is himself the essence of unlimited ras. So this is one translation. As I mentioned, the points of the verse are hankering for Radha's service, then the qualities of Radha and Krishna, and then the rarity of attaining Radha's service. Now there's second translation by Sri Dasra Sutta to this verse. We can look at that also. I like to hear different translators, how they see it. Tasya apara rasa sara vilasa mortir. Apara ras sara vilasa mortir. English or something. The maid service of Sri Radha, who is the unlimited ras essences, personification of pastimes. He's trying to be a little more poetic and explaining Ananda Kanda. Ananda Kanda. Then he says, the maid service of Radhika, who is the goddess of pleasant majesty, Somya Lakshmi, the supremely astonishing wellspring of sheerly relaxed beatitude. The maid service of Kishori is rarely achieved by Brahma and the rest, the maid service of Vrishabhananandini, let that be mine birth after birth. So it's very clear in this verse, although Tungavidya Sakhi is the eternal identity of the author, Prabodhananda Saraswati, it's clear in this verse and about 40 others that we're discussing that he's glorifying the extraordinary fortune of being a dasi of Radharani, not a Sakhi. Sakhi means friend. Lalita Sakhi, Vishaka Sakhi, Asha Sakhi Vrinda. They're all friends. They're the same age or a little bit older. Lalita Sakhi is 27 days older than Radharani. Vishaka is exactly the same age. So they're all close, very close to her. But the Manjaris, the Kinkaris, the Anucharanis, the Dasis, they're young. They're 12 years old, 11, 12, 13, like this. Yeah, and even up to 14. But so it's very clear because he has the word Kaikarnya, Kain Karyam, which means Kinkari. Ain Nandatanasha Kinkaram. Means let me be your humble servant. Although she's a friend, Tungavidya, so this verse is all about that wonderful fortune. So now we'll discuss the points of the purport in the verse. This first line is very nice. Apara rasa sara vilasa mortir. That only Radha, that apara ras means that Radha is the vilas murti, the form of playful pastimes. Actually, what I found, although it's not mentioned in the purport, but what I found looking at this verse is there's two ways. There's two ways to do this. I mean, two ways to understand this verse. One is that every word is related to Radharani and her maid service. And that's how one translator took it, what we heard. But this translator, he's taken it that way, although this point isn't mentioned. But I saw, at least I'm giving it this term, this is a yugal shloka. That yugal means a pair, that Radha and Krishna together. Each line can be taken to mean only Radha, or each line can be taken to mean Krishna, or Krishna relation to Radha. It's very interesting. So the one translator took every line and every word to mean Radharani and glorifying her. And this translator, he took he broke each line in half, and half of the pada. There's char pada. Pada means poem or song. There are 4 lines, and each line he broke each line in half. Half is Radha and half is Krishna. It's very clever, and that's way to see it. So I call it Yugala Shloka. So the first 2 lines are half Krishna and half Radha, and then the third line is half the Devas and then Radharani, and then the 4th line applies to Radharani and the Sadhakas. There's a yugal, it's a pair. So each line is involving 2 persons. Always Radha. Radha is the center of the whole verse. She's in every line. Radha is in every line. Sometimes Radha is with Krishna in line 1, and in line 2 Radha is with Krishna. Then in line 3, the demigods, Brahmadi, Durgama, Gatir, Vrishabhanu. So Vrishabhanu Nandini, the daughter of Vrishabhanu, is Brahmadi, Durgama, Gati. That's very easy. It's the same as Hindi. Durgama. Very difficult to attain that goal. Brahmadi, Brahma, beginning with Lord Brahma and all the other demigods. He's the top one. He's the first one. He created all the other ones. He's the creator. So beginning with Brahma and all the demigods below him, they all find it very difficult to attain. That's why I said the rarity of Radharani's service, how rare it is. And Brahma, we have one head and we're trying to attain Radharani's service. And it's so difficult because our heads are so cracked. We have one head cracked into 100 pieces. But Brahma has 4 heads and there are only 4 pieces. Each of his 4 heads is thinking as one head. But our one head is thinking like 1,000 heads. like Ananta Shesh. Ananta Shir, Ananta, what do you call head? Shir, Ananta Shir. Ek Admi Ananta Shir. Some kind of special asur, demon, is one body with 1,000 heads, like Kaliya had one long tail, but he had 1,000 hoods. So each like walking, talking female Kaliyas and male Kaliyas, and that's pretty much true. We're ready to devour each other we're ready to bite and devour each other with our envy. I'm envious of you, and you're envious of me. So it's mutual envy society. But anyway, back to this beautiful verse, Apara Rasa Sara Vilasa Murtir. So this, the one meaning is Radharani is the Vilas Murti. One verse is that only Radha is the embodiment of pastimes and the essence of a limited ras. Apara Rasa, because it says Rasa Sara Vilasa Murtir. So Vilasa Murti, Vilas, you know Murti. Murti means form, or the deity or whatever. And Vilas means pastimes, and has also other meanings. She's the Vilasa Murti. When she's a form. Without Radharani, Krishna just sits at the bank of the Yamuna and cries. She's the missing link in the chain of gopis in the Rasa Mandala. Without Radharani, nobody takes a dance step. There's not one step forward or one step back without Radharani. Once Radharani's there, then all the parts, all the gopis, 16,000 gopis are moving by the presence of one. One Krishna is moving by the presence of one. That's Radharani. She's the beginning and end and middle of all things. Generally they say that Krishna, God, Bhagavan, is the beginning, middle, and end of all things. And it's true, no doubt. But then, like the smart aleck type people, they say, who created God? You say God's the controller, but who controls God? And everyone in every religion will say, no one controls God, He's the absolute controller. A point I forgot yesterday, actually. But whether the Quran, the Bible, the Veda, the Puran, they will all say that God is the absolute truth, the cause of all causes, the supreme controller. So someone thinks he's very smart, chatur type person. Okay, well, who controls God? Okay, I accept God's controlling you, me, the whole planetary system. He's Trilokeshvara and he's Sarvabhuteshvara and all these things. And Bhoktaram Yagatapasam, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. He's controlling all the planets. But who controls him? And everybody will say, everybody in every preacher in India, everybody will say, nobody, He's God. He's the absolute truth. The buck stops there, everything, that's it. And then if they meet a Gaudiya Vaishnava, which means us, then anyone will say, oh yeah, that everybody knows. Radharani Sarkar. Radharani Sarkar, he's a mantri, she's a pradhan mantri. So she can fire the mantri or hire the mantri. She can bring the mantri to her, she can drive the mantri away. She can make the mantri laugh, she can make the mantri cry. She can make the mantri massage her feet. She can make the mantri go pick flowers for her. Everything. So Radharani controls Krishna. Parameshwari Radharani. That's what I said. Who's the Ishvara, the Parameshwara? That's the same question. Who's the controller of God? So who's the Ishvara, the Parameshwara? It's Parameshwari Radharani. Ki Jai. So the verse, this can mean Radharani, she's the Vilasa Murti, she's the form of all pastimes, and she's the Apara Rasasara, Apara Ras. Because, why doesn't it say Rasasar? Ras, Asar, Sar means essence, quintessence, the refined essence. What is the quintessence or essence of milk? Dood Sar. What is the essence of dood? Just go to the temple after Mangalartik and you can find out. Go to the temple, to the Maha stand after Mangalartik and you can find out what is the dood Sar. Dood means milk, Sar means essence. It begins with a B and ends with Y. B-U-R-F-Y. Spells Burfi. And that's the essence of milk. So it all boils down to that. We have phrase in America. So what, it all boils down to this, that I can't stand you and you can't stand me. So now what to do? Well, we should sit down. Since you can't stand me. That's not what I'm talking about. Obviously, so you can't take these phrases literally. So she's the rasasar, she's essence, but not the essence of ras. We might say she's the essence of Madhurya ras, because she's Madhurya Swarupini. She's her rati, her sthaya rati, her permanent loving relationship is Parakiya Bhav. She's Krishna's lover and consort, beloved. His Nagari, he's a Nagar, she's a Nagari. Braja Nagar. Nagar means the romantic hero and the romantic heroine in erotic love or erotic intimate pastimes. Braja Nagar. Yashomati Nandana Braja Baro Nagari Gokula Ranjana Khan. Braja Baro Nagari. Braja Baro Nagar. Nagar means this. It means, the word in English isn't so nice to say, but it means to play this and like that. So, but it's true actually, because he's Lila Purushottam and he's Kaishore. He's Lila Purushottam, he's Kaishore. He's only 15, so you can't say he's a man, and you can't say he's a child, so then you'll say he's a boy who likes to play with girls. So then you put that together and you figure it out. So he's a Nagari. So it says Apararas, because Radharani, if you say only Rasasar, so Radharani's in Madhura Ras, because she's Krishna's lover, so therefore she's the essence of all Ras. Her Ras, her loving, because it's Parakiya, the flavor, the excitement, the anticipation, the bliss, the fulfillment, the satisfaction in Parakiya Bhav is much greater than in lawful marriage, where someone's lawfully married to someone. So therefore, the highest presentation of Madhurya Ras is Parakiya, not Swakiya. So Swakiya is in Dwarka. Swakiya is in Mathura. Swakiya is in Vaikuntha. Lakshmis. So of all the Lakshmis and of all the Mahishis and all the queens and everyone, all the consorts and queens of Vishnu and Narayan and Dwarkadish, they're all in Madhurya Ras. But of all of those, Radharani is the essence. She's the Rasasar. But Prabhupada Saraswati is not saying that. He's saying Apara Rasa. Apara means unlimited. So it can mean two things. Apara means Apara Madhurya Rasasar. Her Parakiya, her Mahabhav. Because Radharani's Mahabhav Swarupini. Divyanmad, Modan Madan, and Divyanmad. It's the highest presentation of Mahabhav. There's some Mahabhav in the Dwarka Mahishis, the queens of Dwarka. There's some experience there in this Viyog. The queens of Dwarka and Krishna, one afternoon they went to one swimming pool. Everything's a little more organized there because it's more formality and more grandeur and opulence. When Radha and Krishna play, they just go to the Yamuna or they go to Radhakund, which of course has all kinds of steps. So it's like formal also. But they're playing, they were in the kund and they were squirting water on each other, like we have water pistols. So they had syringes. They didn't do holy because that's a little too much. They didn't use colors, but the queens, Krishna and the queens were, had pitchkaris and they were drenching each other with water and playing in the water. It's in chapter 90 of 10th canto Bhagavatam. Madhuram Samapayat. Although the Dasama Skanda should end on a very sweet note, so this is very sweet. Very much like Braj Leela, very intimate, very sweet. So there, in that pastime, Krishna, Dwarkadish, he dove under the water and disappeared and hid amongst the blue flowers. And the queens were feeling separation from Krishna. So they were crying out, "Oh, Kurari bird! Oh, Kurari!" Kurari is a type of, it's called osprey. Osprey is a white bird that flies around the oceans. It hangs out in the oceans, like seagull. You know seagull, osprey. They have kind of bent wings because they go very fast. They dive very fast because they swim. I mean, they fly very high, and they have very good eyes, like most birds do. And he sees a fish there in the water, then he dives like lightning speed. That's why their wings are like jet plane wings, fighter pilot. Regular jet, you fly on a commercial jet, the wings just go straight out. And they go like, but a jet plane, they go back like a fly. Like a fly? You ever see a fly? The wings are back like this. Because so they get higher speeds, very fast. So the wings are made like that. So the osprey. And so the osprey, they make a very whining sound. They make a very whining. It's like very high-pitched voice they have. I grew up on a seacoast, and when they fly around, it's kind of squeaky high voice. It sounds like they're crying in lamentation. So when the queens of Dwarka, when they're feeling this praying by Chitya, Dwarkadish was there. He hadn't gone anywhere. Even he came up from the water and he was right in front of them, and they were squirting him, and then somehow there was a pause in the battle, then they felt that he disappeared, although he was right before them. This is prem by Chitya. Vai Chitya. It also means Vichitra also. It's variegated. It's Vichitra, which means it shows a variegated or a variety of exchanges and loving intimacies. Prem Vichitra or Vaichitya. Vaichitya means vai, without chitta, consciousness. So you're not aware. Like when you're sleeping, you're vaichitya, you're unconscious. You're not aware of the presence of someone else. You may be so absorbed, you're sitting with somebody and you're very much absorbed, and all of a sudden your mother walks in, or and then you say, oh, I didn't see you standing there. Yeah, well, no wonder. You were somewhere else in your brain, So we don't even know someone's standing right next to us. And then, we're so into our thing. Or we're on the more modern example, that's also eternal. But nowadays someone's so absorbed in their cell phone. They're sitting on a bench in the park and they're playing some cell game, and their best friend or wife or something comes up and sits very quietly, comes up from the corner and sits right next to the husband on the bench in the park. She just sits there and she wants to see, I wonder if he's going to notice me. And he's really into his telephone. So she just sits there quietly. And then he gets a call. Oh, yeah, okay, I'll call. And then the wife's sitting there for 10 minutes next to her husband. He's so absorbed. So that's praying by. That's the type of. She's not even aware that she's sitting, right next to her on the same bench in the park as her husband, because he's so much like this. So this is some idea. So when they say, "Oh, where's Dwarkadish gone? We were enjoying so much," and they start crying out, "Oh, Osprey, have you seen her husband?" And because are you whining? Are you whining and crying like us because you're in separation from your mate? Your male osprey has gone, flown off somewhere. You don't know where he's gone, and this and like that. They would address the mountains. They saw the mountains, and they said different things to the mountains. And so this is praying by Chitya. So this Radharani, her love is so great. It's called apara. It means it's unlimited madhurya, but also she's the essence of unlimited rasas, of all the different rasas. Because in Madhurya Ras, which is the topmost ras, it includes all the other rasas. It includes Dasya Ras, it includes Sakya Ras, it includes Vatsalya Ras. Because each of these rasas has different qualities of intimacy and affection and a sense of possession. Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Radharani Ki Jai. I remember when I was in Radha Damodar, it was in Vrindavan in 1989, there was electricity for about 8 hours a day or so. It would come and go, come and go, come and go. And at night it would go, and everyone's playing, all the kids are playing, they go, oh, and it's all dark. Then an hour later, it would come back on, and all the kids would shout and yell, really, oh, great, the electricity came back, Haribo, Radhe, Radhe, Haribo. It's like this. So Radharani in this Madhura Ras, it includes all these, like for example, Dasya Ras. And Dasya Ras, Krishna's servants in Vrindavan and Nandagram, they massage his body, they organize his clothes, they help with his dressing in the morning, and they occasionally they may get his food remnants, they may get some prasadam. Mother Yashoda might say, oh, here's some Krishna's remnants. Like you bring some Krishna Balaram prasad in a box and take it to somewhere, give it to someone. So Mother Yashoda, recognizing them for their service, she'll bring some sweets. And this is Kaniya's prasad. Oh, very nice. We're happy. Just like we're servants, we're all servants, so we get some prasad and we're very happy. So they get some prasad, they get to touch Krishna's body, they help him dress and fold his clothes, and they have some affection, like he's our master and we're his servant, and they take that they have that humble position. And then there's the Sakhas. The Sakhas, they also touch Krishna's body, but not in a reverential way. Like the servants, when they bathe them, they're very careful, and they don't wrestle with Krishna and push him around and challenge him to fight and defeat him in wrestling and tell him to carry them on their shoulders like Subal does. So the Sakhas, they're also touching Krishna's body, and they also have great affection for him. And the Dasas think, well, he's our master, and we love him like anything, and we serve him, and he's our everything. And it's like this. But then the friends, they think, oh, who you think you're big? I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you. They think we're not only equal, but we're better than you. Whereas the servants think I'm very less than you. So they get to touch Krishna like the Dasas. But there they get the remnants also, but they take it sakshat Krishna Prasadi. Krishna's eating some rasgula and he says, oh, this is so good. And they said, really, how good? He says, oh, it's so good. And then they snatch it. Subal snatches it and puts it in his mouth. And then he eats it. I said, yeah, it's really good. But you know how this samosa I have is much better than that. And, this is out of this world. And Krishna says, really? Let me see. And he takes. So they take the food out of each other's mouth. Or they take something from each other's plate. So this is the remnants. So they have much more intimacy. And they wrestle with each other and they embrace each other. And like this. So, and they care so much for him. But sometimes they steal Krishna's tiffin, they eat all his prasad. And so there's some difference. Now we go to Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda also touches Krishna. She fondles his whole body. When he wakes up, she checks his body, and sometimes she bathes him, and she holds Krishna to her bosom and embraces him very tightly, and she embraces him tightly to her bosom, then her breast, and then she kisses Krishna on the cheeks and on the forehead, and she smells, and she, of course, eats Krishna's remnants all the time. But not like the coward boys, but she's always thinking of Krishna's protection, and the coward boys never think of that. They think, he's the Narayanamsh. So Mother Yashoda, she's very. The coward boys, when they go out of their house, they don't carry two tiffins, one for them and one for Krishna, because they're not thinking about Krishna's nourishment, and they don't give Krishna any kavachas or chant any mantras. They're not worried about Krishna's protection. So the Mother Yashoda, because she's the mother, she's worried about Krishna's nourishment, about feeding him nicely. She heard that one Durvasa Muni blessed the daughter of Rishabhanu to have Amrit Hana, or Amrit Hasta, nectar hands, that whatever she would cook would taste like nectar and be like a sanjivani. It would give long life to whoever eats it, and they'd be very healthy and strong and robust. So she tried through Purnamasi. She asked Purnamasi. She said, "Listen, you're the Yogamaya Shakti of Vrindavan. You're the Gatana Agatana Shakti. You can do anything. Can you somehow arrange, although she's married and she's living in the house of another man, of Abhimanyu and Yavat, can you somehow prevail upon her mother-in-law and induce her mother-in-law to send her Shashru? No. Daughter-in-law? What do you say? Daughter-in-law? Bahu. To send her Bahu, Radhika, to Nandagram to cook for my Lala, Nanda Dulal. Because I want him to be healthy, and I want him to live a long life. And I want him to be free from diseases. She's thinking like this, like a mother, wanting to protect the child and nourish the child. So of course that came to pass. So this is mother worried about nourishment and protection. Now, these are the features and characteristics of the different rasas. Now you come to Madhurya. Madhurya is all 5 in 1. Just like the earth, within the earth are all the different flavors and tastes. From earth comes salty taste. From earth comes bitter taste. Corella grows in the earth, it gives bitter taste. And then salt is mined from the earth. It comes out of the earth. Rock salt and Ekadasi salt. And sweet fruits and sour fruits and all the different tastes. Pungent spices, jeera and hing, they all grow in the earth. So there's one earth producing all these different aromas and flavors and tastes. So the Madhurya Ras is like that. It's like the earth of Ras. So when you get to Madhurya, you have all the rasas, but then she's a para rasa sar. The Radharani is the essence of unlimited, of all unlimited. She's the essence of unlimited mood of servitude, unlimited dasiras, plus unlimited sakiras, plus unlimited vatsalyaras, and plus unlimited madhurya ras. So she has so much mood of dasi bhav that she'll dress Krishna like the house servants. Raktak, Patrak, Payoda, Raktak, Patrak, Payoda, etc. There's servants who live in the house, or like Dhanishta. Dhanishta Sakhi lives in Krishna's house. So she'll dress him and she'll massage Krishna, she'll bathe Krishna, she'll do everything. And she cooks for Krishna in the morning, some sweets, and then she cooks in the afternoon, some sweets, and then she cooks in the evening 3 times. Like most mothers cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Radharani is cooking 3 times a day. In the morning in Krishna's house, and the afternoon, evening in her mother-in-law's house. In the afternoon she's making some sweets to send to Nandagram for Krishna's evening meal. Then in the evening, before she comes out for Ras Leela and Ratri Leela, Nisha Leela, Rasa Leela time, then Radharani is cooking Payusha Granti, Gangajal Ladu, and Amrit Keli, Siddhavilas, Amrit Keli and Siddhavilas Amritam. There are 4 types of very special sweets that Krishna likes to relish after the rasa dance and after drinking madhupan. When you drink madhupan, which means honey, flower, nectar, means wine, then Krishna gets hungry and thirsty. So there has to be some nice things to eat at that time. So then Radharani is right there, serving like a mother. Of course, she's his lover, serving like a lover, but caring about Krishna's nourishment and fulfillment and strength and happiness like a mother, and protecting. She does Radharani observes different brats, and she fastings and brats and braj, and then she worships different devatas, and she prays to all those demigods, and she does all those brats. Whatever brat phal, whatever fruit I attain from this brat, O Devata, O Vishnu, O Narayan, please give the benefits of my fasting, my brat, to my Shyam Sundar, so he will be healthy and free from disease and not have any trouble with the demons. So this is the mood of Yashoda also. She also fasts for Krishna's behalf. There are actually specific fasts in Indian culture where one fasts on behalf of another. You fast on behalf of your husband, you fast on behalf of your children, you fast on behalf of your wife, or behalf of your guru, or behalf of your relatives. You can give the sukriti, your punya, you can donate to them. For example, you may have a friend or a relative who is not very spiritually inclined. You're the daughter or the son of them, and they're not interested very much in Bhagavan. So, if you want to turn their mind towards God and towards Bhagavan, then you can do a brat You can do a fast and you can say, oh my Lord, whatever benefit I get, I don't want it. I want you to give it to my mother or my father or my wife or husband or friend or brother, sister. That's about it. That's everybody. And you give it, every Ekadasi I will try my best to observe strictly, and whatever fruit will come or benefit, you give it to my demarcated or designated person. And lo and behold, what you will see, definitely you'll see some response and some effect of your Bratotsav, your festival of Brats. You'll see, I've seen, because I read about this concept in the Puranas, in Padma Puran, and when you read the story of Ekadasis, everyone has the story of Ekadasi is in English. It's available everywhere, probably Russian too. The Ekadasi Mahatmyam. Many of those stories you will read, and it's no big secret, but I read it in a Padma Puran way before all these books came out, and which are from the Padma Puran, actually, one chapter, Ekadasi Mahatmyam. And there I was saying, if you can donate, you'll read the Ekadasi. In this particular story, this wife's husband got cursed by Indra to become a demon, so he became a demon. So then the wife was wandering around and went to some ashram. Then a sage said, she said, what can I do? I want my husband back, but he doesn't look so good now. And he's kind of like a rakshash. Like a lot of husbands get like that. So then the sage, he said, listen, you observe this Ekadasi, and you observe this Ekadasi very strictly coming up, Yogini or whatever, different Ekadasis, And then you take a sankalpa, a vow in your mind that, oh my Lord, please give this benefit to my Rakshash husband, Rakshashpati, Rakshashpati, that he becomes a Manush, and that would be good for me. I can relate more. So then you do that, and lo and behold, he gives up that form and gets the form. It's very clear. You can see. You can go to Loy Bazaar and buy the Ekadasi book, read this Mahatmyam, which you should do every Ekadasi anyway. It's one of the niyams. It takes 2 minutes. Or you can go on my Facebook and read it on your telephone. Or anybody, it's everywhere on Facebook. ISKCON Desire Tree. Many people on Ekadasi, they tell these stories. So there you can do like that. So Mother Yashoda, in her Vatsalya, her nourishment, her mood of parental love, of, I want to protect my child, I want him to be safe and sound and healthy and happy, hale and hearty, the life of the party. So then they feed him the best quality ghee. Like, look, you're going to see. The best quality foods and the best quality clothes and school and best schools. They try to give their best to the children. And this is Dharma, this is religion everywhere, in every culture. It's the same way. Parents want to give the best to the children, and they're duty bound, even if they're not heartily bound. They're bound by Shastra. Everywhere it tells, Quran or Puran or Bible, that children are God's gifts to the husband and wife, and they must be cherished and worshipped as gifts of God. And they generally are like that. So now Radharani is that she's Krishna's lover in the Kunjas. She's Nikunja Vilasini Radha. She's Nikunja Vilasini and Nikunja Vilasa Sham. She's a Nikunja Vilasini Rani. She's the queen of the Kunjas, enjoying most intimate Shringarati, erotic pastimes with Krishna. But she has the mood of a mother also, and a mood of a friend, and a mood of a servant, to the utmost, umpteenth degree. Apara rasa sara vilasa murti radharani ki. So this is the first line. But you can also see that this first line has two meanings. That it means, so Radharani is the Vilas Murti. She's the form of playful pastimes for Rasasara, means Rasaraj Sri Krishna. So the Apara Rasa Sara means Krishna is the emporium of unlimited rasas. And that unlimited, like say mall, a mall, M-A-L-L, mall shopping center. He's an unlimited mall of 45 million square feet, a 300 million square foot mall of unlimited stores of ras, apara rasa murti, rasaraj Sri Krishna. So this is the yugal. There's yugal, like we say, Hare Krishna. It's called a yugal mantra. The Maha Mantra is called the Radha Krishna Yugal Maha Mantra. This is how I always used to refer to it. And in my book it's said like that, I think also. I don't know, I haven't read this term, but I kind of coined this term myself. I mean, it's just obvious conclusion. We usually say, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. That's perfect also. It is the Maha Mantra. And it's described as such in the Veda, Maha Mantra. But my being in Braj all these years, kind of see everything in terms of Radha and Krishna. So Radha Krishna Yuga Maha Mantra. Of course, that means the Radha and Krishna there, but on different levels, the gopis, they chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Radharani chants Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. But then it's just, every word is Krishna. Every word means Krishna. And the mantras also chant with that conception for the pleasure of Radharani. Hare means Hari, the lion, Krishna. And then Krishna is Krishna, and Ram is Radharaman. So the Hare, or the Hara, like we have Hari Hara, or Hara Hari. So that Hare, Hara can mean female, but Hare can also mean Hari, Lord Hari, or Krishna. So the gopis see it like that. So for them, it's not the Yugal mantra, it's the mantra to chant, to unite Radha with Krishna when she's in separation from Krishna. So in that sense, it's a Yugal mantra. Radharani's lying on a flower bed in Barsana, Yavat, in the afternoon, at 4:30 in the afternoon, and she's burning in separation from Krishna, literally, emotionally and figuratively burning, lying on these beautiful, moist, cooling lotus petals, and they're all drying up, and then the gopis are surrounding her, and both sides, sometimes gopis are the mantris themselves, Tulsi Mandri, Rati Mandri, or maybe any sadhak mantri or siddha mantri, maybe get that seva one day or whatever. And they chant the Maha Mantra. They sing many songs. Vilas, songs of Yoga Vilas, meeting of Radha and Krishna, or songs of Krishna Gun. There's Krishna Gun Kirtan, Krishna Nam Kirtan. We have a song called Nam Kirtan by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. It's all names about Krishna. Yashamati Nandana Vrajabaranagara Gokula Ranjan. These are all Krishna's names. Kanu, Yashamati Nandana Vrajabaranagara. So this is Krishna Nam Kirtan, Krishna Guna Kirtan, Krishna Lila Kirtan. So the gopis can sing these type of kirtans. When Radharani hears about Krishna, she's very happy. It's just like you're a father, and you go to the school and the teacher starts talking all about your son or daughter in a good way, then you feel very happy. So Radharani feels very happy. So sometimes they chant the Maha Mantra also. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And then every word, they're meditating, the gopis are meditating, oh Hari, oh great lion-like hero in erotic pastimes. When will you roar? When will your flute, oh Hari, when will your flute roar like a lion and chase away all the jackals of Abhimanyu and Govardhan Mala and all the other jackal-like husbands of the gopis? Rah! Whoo! And somebody who's weak in the knees, he'll run away. But someone's a Kshatriya. Oh, lion? Acha. Come. I'm ready. And he takes his dagger and his shield. Heroic man, the gladiator. Whatever. The gladiator or some movie or something. Fight the lions. So they're meditating because there's Nam and mantra art. Nam Kirtan, Nam Jap, and mantra art. So you mix You mix the indriya with the man. Man means mind, indriya means tongue, ear, hands, fingers, lips. This is indriya, senses. Hare Krishna, lips, tongue, ears. Lips and tongue sounding, ears hearing, fingers touching. So japa is sparsha, shabda, rasam. Rasa means tongue, tasting. Sparsha means touching. Shabda means hearing. But what about smelling and seeing? Smell the holy name, see the holy name. That comes in bhav, a stage of bhav, because the holy name is Krishna and you smell the fragrance of Krishna, Krishna Saurabh. Krishna's beautiful body smells like a blue lotus flower, whatever that smells like, never smelled. But obviously very beautiful, very fragrant, sweet, attractive. Blue lotus flower and camphor, kapur, and chandan. Everyone knows it. Camphor and chandan. Very cooling effect and very soothing and enervating and invigorating fragrances. And then kasturi, musk, very stimulating and stimulating smell, kasturi. So his body is very fragrant. And each part, in Govinda Lila Amrita and Madhyan Lila, Shukshari Vachan, the speaking of the parrot, male and female parrot, they're describing Krishna's gun, his rupam and gunam. So in the rupam, rup mahima, the glories of Krishna's form, they're describing the fragrance of Krishna's eyes. Krishna's eyes have a fragrance. Krishna's feet have beautiful, every part of his body has a beautiful fragrance. The fragrance of his eyes. Now that's something extraordinary. So this is Radharani is this Vilas Murti, the form of playful pastimes for Rasaraj Sri Krishna, who is the essence of unlimited ras. So this is the yoga. First I explained that the line is all about Radharani, line 1. Tasya apara rasa sara vilasa morter. Apara rasa, apara rasa sara lasa. This is Sanskrit. It's pa ra ra sa sa ra la sa. Tasya, I forgot ya. Tasya apara rasasara vilasa morter. Apara rasasara, bolo. Apara rasasar. What does it mean? It means, sar means essence of unlimited, transcendental, divine raptures and ecstatic experiences and divine, transcendental mellows, as Prabhupada said. Mellows, whatever mellow is. Mellow is generally, in English that I grew up with, if someone is peaceful and calm, we say, oh, he's mellow. He's mellow, he's a mellow person. Or something's very aged, some type of, it's mellowed by age or something. But, which doesn't have any connection to the ras, so it's not too close to the idea, but that's the word that often comes in English, divine mellows. It doesn't work. English goes close, but not to the goal. Apara rasasara vilasa morti, Radharani. Then the next line, Ananda kanda paramadbhuta somya lakshmiya. Ananda kanda paramadbhuta somya lakshmiya. So this is a very nice line. This Rasasara Krishna, a little back up a little bit. The Shrutis define, this is in the purport by Srila Anantadas, we want to share this nice, beautiful illuminations. The Shrutis define Krishna as Rasavai Saha. You've probably all heard this a few times by now. Rasavai Saha. Saha Vai Saha. means that God is full of divine rapture, taste, and mellows of love. As Radhika is the Vilas Murti. So if you have a Vilas Murti, you have a form, you have the form of pastimes. Well, then you have to have someone to enjoy that form of pastimes. If you have something to be enjoyed, in order for that something to have meaning, it needs an enjoyer. If you make a cake and no one eats it, then the cake feels neglected. Right? Oh, you made this nice cake, but no one's eating me. I mean, what to speak about offering me? No one's offering me to Krishna. So if something's enjoyable, it should be enjoyed. And of course, Bhoktaram Yagatapasam is Krishna, the supreme enjoyer is Krishna. So we offer everything to Krishna. Patram Pushpam Phalam Dayam. The most important thing to offer to Krishna is your leaf-like fingers. Patram means leaf. So offer your leaf-like fingers. Patram Pushpam. Pushpa means flower. So flower means the flower of your heart. Patram Pushpam Phalam. Phalam means the fruit of your life, the fruit of your endeavor. Your education has grown up like a tree and it's produced leaves, now it's produced fruits. You have qualification, you have a degree. And with that qualification or degree, which are the fruits of your education, you're earning income. So that income is actually a fruit of your education. So Patram Pushpam Phalam. Phalam means the fruit or your money. You should offer that fruit of your money to Krishna. Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. Toyam means water, ras. Ras means what's in your mouth. It's called ras. The saliva is ras. You taste. Rasana, the name for the tongue, and Hindi, I think, is rasana. Jiwa. You can say jiwa. Jiwa, jibya in Bengali, jibya. Jibya mandir, it's written. Jiva means tongue, or rasana. Rasana, is that Hindi also? Rasana means old, like formal type. I think probably jiva is Urdu. Sounds like no, it's not. So rasana means the tongue. Tongue. So tongue does what? It tastes sweet and sour and salty and bitter. And these are rasas, flavors, tastes. So it's rasana. So toyam means water. So in this case, ras also means water. Krishna says in Gita, rasoham apsakonteya prabhasmi shashashurayo. He says rasaham apsakonteya. Apsu means water. Rasaham means I am the taste of water. When you taste good water, when you taste clear, fresh, pure water, it tastes very good. They advertise and write on the bottle the taste of purity. The taste of purity, only 40 rupees a bottle. And when you taste it, it tastes like plastic. Polychloride, polyvinyl or something. The taste of getting ripped off for 40 rupees. That's also a taste. Getting cheated. That's another kind of taste. But if you want the real thing, you have to go to the real place where you get real water, like the top of a mountain or something. Or cold springs or so. It's like that. Krishna is giving the real taste, and He is the real taste. So patram pushpam phalam toyam. Toyam means the water. So in this case, it doesn't mean some cup of Bisleri with Tulsi in it. It means the rasana, your tongue, the rasa, the flavor, your speech. Your speech, everything you say, because you can't speak if you have no water. If you have no ras, you can't speak. And in many ways. If you have no ras, from the lowest end of the meaning of no ras means no water in your mouth. Try doing Nirjala Ekadasi and lead Mangalartik the next day. There's nothing inside. There's nothing. Try chanting japa. All of a sudden you're doing manasik japa. That's also good. But so what's missing? Water. Water means ras, flavor, taste. So in the highest end, you can't speak at all, even talk gramya kata or mundane talk without ras and without a rasana. Need ras, saliva, we call it saliva, water in your mouth. And you need tongue, rasana. ras and rasana. The highest meaning of ras is a rasik jan, a rasik jan, a rasik Vaishnav, a Madhurya rasik Vaishnav, one who is actually fixed in bhav, one who's in bhav, which is very rare. Rupa Goswami says sadurlava. He said it's sadurlava and moksha lagutakrit. There's 2 symptoms in nectar devotion. There's 6 symptoms of bhakti, 2 of sadhana, 2 of bhav, and 2 of prema. So at the level of bhava bhakti, there's moksha laguta krit. Moksha laguta krit. One who has bhav, pure love for Krishna, he thinks that moksha, he could care less. I live here, I live there. I'm seeing Krishna everywhere. I'm serving Krishna every moment. When I sleep, I dream of Krishna. When I speak, I talk of Krishna. When I wake, I remember Krishna's Leela. He's a Bhava Bhakta. So he doesn't care about moksha. Lagu means light. Guru means heavy. Guru, lagu. It's very light, inconsiderate. Lagima siddhi. Lagima siddhi means become lighter than the lightest. Float like a cotton thread. And then there's, what's the second characteristic of Bhava Bhakti? Is that Sadurlabha. Sudurlabha. Very, very durlabh. Very, well, dur means difficult and love means to attain. Lab. Su-dur-lab. You know, lab. L-A-B-H. Labhya. Same as India, same as Sanskrit. Sudur. Dur means difficult and su means very. Very, very difficult to attain bhav. Look in the mirror and see if you've attained it. Look in the mirror of your heart and mind. And the answer is for you and me is no. If we're honest, if we're some kind of fake, then we say anything. So that person on Bhava platform, or Prema, what to speak of Prema, then they're also speaking with ras and rasana, with the tongue, rasana, and ras in their mouth, with the rasik. So whatever they speak, they're relishing the rasa of the katha, the apara rasa. The apara rasa sara vilasa murti, Radha and Krishna. Apara rasa sara vilasa murti, Radha Sham. So then it goes on, he's rasa vaisaha. As Radhika is the Vilas Murti, Krishna is also glorified as, she's the Vilas Murti, and Krishna is glorified in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, very first verse. Akila Rasamrita Murti, because the verse is about, the book is about Bhakti, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So who is the Vibhav, Alamban Vibhav, Prem Vishai? Vibhav, Alamban, Prem Vishai. Who is the, Vishai means object. Who is the object of our love? Who is the recipient of all the service? God, Krishna. So and who is the ashray? Who is the shelter and reservoir of all service? And the shelter, we all love God, so God receives all of our love. And we all serve God, so He receives all our loving service. So He's the Prem Vishai, the receiver. And the Prem Vishai and Prem Ashray, Vibhav Alamban Prem Ashray is Srimati Radharani and all her loving succession of servitors. They're all serving in submission to Radharani. She's the queen of Seva, the empress of pure love, Radharani. So then, she's the Vilas Murti and Krishna is Akila Rasamrita Murti. This is the first verse. This is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. We're going to tell you about the ocean of devotion. Devotion to whom? To Krishna. Who is Krishna? He's the form of Rasamrita. He's the very form of nectar, unlimited, immortal nectar of ras, Akila, and He's unlimited. So you can serve Him in unlimited ways. Krishna is the very form of all transcendental rasas. Krishna's other name is Rasikendra Moli. There's so many nice, thousands of beautiful names for Krishna and Radharani. Rasik, he's Rasik Vaishnava. There may be some in Vrindavan, some great souls here and there, in Barsana, different places we hear these terms. And surely it's correct. There are many great souls like this. Rasik Vaishnava. I mean, the author of this book is glorified as that, and I certainly, whatever I could say, I would agree that Srila Anantadas Babaji Maharaj is definitely a Rasik Vaishnava. Some Gaudiya Vaishnavas, they're pundits, and they're scholars, and they're teachers, they're adhyapiks, they're teachers, and they teach very well, Vyakaran, Sanskrit, and Vaishnava Saddarshan. But to bring out the ras and all the inner meanings of the shlokas, someone may not even be so learned in Vyakaran, Sanskrit grammar, or even Vaishnava Saddarshan. I know it's a philosophy, but they may be Rasik Vaishnava. And they can really, and everyone just like relishes the katha. So this, the Mahanta of Radhakund, he's definitely a par excellence, par excellence, the Rasik Vaishnava. So Krishna, he is that Rasika Indra. Indra means king. Rasikendra Moli. This means, Moli means crown, I think so. The crown, Krishna is the Rasikendra Moli. He's the crown on the king of all Rasikas. He's the king of all relishers. And Vilas Murti, Radharani is the direct form of Vilas. Radharani is the Vilas Murti. She's the direct form, Murti means form, of Ras, more so than any other coward girl in Brajabhumi. And I also explained, not only, so this, the rasa, apara rasa sar is Rasikendra Moli, Rasa Vaisaha, is Rasika Shekhar Sri Krishna. And the Vilas Murti is Radharani. And I explained that she's unlimited rasas and unlimited vilasas. Because all the vilasas, all the pastimes of servants and friends and mothers, and they're all within Radharani. She sees in every possible way, which I explained. So now we're on this third line, Ananda Kanda Paramadbhuta Somi Lakshmiya. Well, I think I'll stop there because I said I would take questions. And there's 5-7 minutes. So we can continue tomorrow. Rather, we went a little fast over the last 2 verses, but we should go a little slower. So it's kind of like beginning enthusiasm. Now we want to go slower. So are there any questions on this particular subject? Tasya para rasasara vilasa morter. Basically, we've done the first line today. Tasya para. There, I remember once I heard a story that, who was that? I forget who it was. But someone gave a class for 3 months in Vrindavan. Some great preacher, he came to give a Bhagavad Saptah or so. Or no, whatever, speaking about. He spoke for 3 months on the first verse of the Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto. Janmad yasya yataha itaratarsh abhigya swarat. It goes on like this. 3 months on one verse. Maybe Bhakti Siddhanta, I don't know, I can't remember. I mean, many people, I know even my own godbrother, this Radha Govinda, Pujapad Radha Govinda Swami, he speaks on this Bhagavad Saptah, and sometimes he speaks for days on one verse, days and days. So there's ocean, there's apara. This is how we saw, even our acharyas in our commentaries, the translators, they say this line means Radharani, and someone else says, no, it means Radha and Krishna. And someone else says, no, it's all Krishna. Krishna is also apara rasasara, Krishna is also Vilas Murti. But it's called Radharas Sudanidhi because Radharani is the focus here. And her seva, Radharani and her seva. Is there questions? Yeah. I said, translate. You have to help. I can't hear so good.
Say holy names. We serve for Radha.
Maybe work out the question, and save it for tomorrow. You work out the question today and then ask it tomorrow.
Like the main thing was you said that we have, like in our conditioned body without any good qualities, can
You can, just like you can walk as far as your legs can carry you. So most people, if they start walking, they can walk without eating. Most human beings can walk about 25 kilometers. And if they have to, someone says, well, if you walk 30 kilometers from here, from where you are, you'll get food. And if you don't make it to the 30 kilometers, you'll become the food for a lion. So then you'll probably walk the 30 kilometers. It's something like this. So when you're chanting japa, the yamata, the question is, first of all, although it's not exactly on the class, which I would rather prefer, but just to get in the idea of asking, because we did mention something about that. We did mention something about japa. Manjari is chanting japa when Radharani's in separation and meditating on Krishna while they're chanting and bringing Krishna into the presence, and chanting Krishna's names. Of course, this is Prem Kirtan in the spiritual world. Sakhi's Manjari is chanting to remove Radharani's separation, and they're at the level of prema. So every word is a lila, and every word is Krishna's nam and rup and gun and lila are all together present there. So that there's no difference between the name and the form and the qualities. That verse is there. Nama, what is it? Nama Chintamani Krishna's Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purnashura Nityamukta Bina Tvam Namanamano Bina Tvam Nami Namano. There's no difference between the name and he who is named. So when the gopis and manjaris are chanting the Maha Mantra to relieve Radharani's separation from Krishna, for them every name is Krishna and his form, he's there. And they're bringing Krishna like a tantric, like Chitraleka was a tantrini, and on behalf of Usha and Dwarka Lila, she traveled through the space. She's like it's called Kecharani. Kecharani, K means space, Chara means to move. Kechari. She traveled through the airways from Shonitapura. Shonitapura was the kingdom of her husband, her father, Banasura, I believe, Banasura. And then Chitraleka, she flew through the sky to Dwarka, and she went right into the bedroom of Krishna's and Rukmini's son named Pradyumna, who is Kandarpa, Sakshat Kandarpa, personification of Cupid. And she carried him all the way to the palace, private palace of Princess Usha. So she carried him. So if a tantrini like Chitraleka can bring the form of Pradyumna to the bedside of Usha and Shonitapur, what do you think the Prem Nam Kirtan of the Sakhis and Manjaris and Yavat can do for Radharani? So when they chant Radharani, when they chant the Maha Mantra, meditating in Hari and Krishna and Radharaman, then he comes there and manifests in Radharani's bedroom to remove her separation. It's called Sakshat Darshan. When you chant Krishna's name at the level of prema, you will see Krishna if he wants to show himself to you. But you have the adhikar at that time. He will consider, and he may show or may not. But until you come to the level of prema, he won't even consider your application. So when the manjaris and sakhis are chanting, they're eligible to have Krishna's darshan. So he said, they're chanting and crying out for me, and Radharani's feeling separation. So Krishna will just manifest, because Krishna is everywhere, and he can manifest anywhere and everywhere at any time for anyone. Tavakara kamala varena kamadbhuta sringham. Krishna's inside a pillar. The Shringa came out of a pillar. And there's pillars also in Yavat, in Radharani's palace. So in the Shringa, Krishna Bhagavan, he can come out of a pillar for Prahlad Maharaj, but not for Radharani. Of course, he's not so hard, so he won't get stuffed up in a pillar. But So that's chanting on the high end. But on the low end, if you say, I'm conditioned, I'm fallen, I chant the Maha Mantra, I can't think of Radharani. If you say, I can't think of Radharani, and I'm not qualified, then you never will think of Radharani. Like when you go to school, if you start school by saying, I can never learn anything. I can never learn anything, and I know I'm not going to learn anything, but I'm in this school, but I know I can't learn anything, and I'll never learn anything, and I don't want to learn anything either. That's also a problem. But if you go into school and say, I know I'm stupid, and I know I'm not qualified, but somehow I enrolled in this school, and I want to learn, and I'll try to learn, and let me study, and then, oh, look what happened. I learned something. So enthusiasm, determination, sincerity, and surrender. If you're taking notes. Enthusiasm, determination. Get out your notepad. Enthusiasm, determination, surrender. Enthusiasm, determination, surrender. I forgot the fourth one. What was the other one? You remember? I said, if you have enthusiasm, determination, surrender. Excuse me? No, that's determination. Anyway, you'll be successful. So, I can't, then you never will. I can't walk. If the baby falls down, the mother says, get up. I can't walk. I just can't walk. Then you never walk. And your mother says, no, you can walk. So, I can't think of Radharani. I can't think of Krishna. Really? Well, you're going to think of something, so what are you going to think of? Can you say, I can't think, or I won't think anymore? You think when you're sleeping. You think when you're waking. You think when you're sleeping. I mean, you never stop thinking. Even when you die, you keep thinking. The body dies, but you keep thinking, and your thinking takes you into another body. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajat yanti kalevaram tam tam eveti konteya sadata tad bhava bhavita. Sadata bhava bhavita. Sada, that's the most important line, last line. Sada tad bhava bhavita. Sada bhava. That bhava that you're always cultivating, sada, means all the time cultivating, thinking of, and desiring, hankering for, and wanting. That will be what you'll think of at the time of death anyway. Bhavatu, that's what you'll get, bhavita. So, like they say in America, they say a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. So, yes, I'm going to chant the holy name and think of Radharani. What's the harm? Who's stopping you? There's so many ideas to meditate on the meaning of the holy name. So the holy name means Radharani. You can see every word is meaning Radharani. But those sadhakas that are oriented towards Madhurya, Bhav, towards the mood of the Sakhis and Manjaris of Vrindavan, and Radha Dasyam, which is what Mahaprabhu came to give, Anarpita Chlim Trat, Karaniya Kalavatirna Kalo. They want to give pleasure to Radharani. And Krishna is so happy. Automatically you please Krishna if you serve Radharani. Krishna himself tells Arjuna in the Puranas, he said, he who says he's my devotee is not my devotee. Krishna is telling Arjuna, he who says he's a devotee of my devotee, I consider him my devotee. Das, 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 Anar Das. Oh, I'm Krishna Das. No, I'm not Krishna Das. I'm Krishna Das, Das, Anar Das. You're Krishna Das. You're serving Krishna, but I'm not qualified like you to serve Krishna, so let me serve you. Krishna Das, Das, Anar Das. This is the idea. What is my adhikar to serve Krishna? Radharani is serving Krishna. How can I serve Krishna? I don't want to serve anybody, for that matter. Everybody should serve me. That's the general mood of everyone. And illusion. The world should serve me. Hey, it's man's world, it's woman's world. They say man's world, and women say it's women's world. So in other words, it's my world. Everything's here. God created everything here for my pleasure. So enjoy. That's the mentality of the Gnostic Pashandi or demon. The actual truth, God created everything here, including you, for His pleasure. He created everything and everyone for His pleasure. Because that's why He created it. Why do you make something? Because you want to enjoy it. If you buy something or make something, you want to enjoy it. So God didn't buy the material world, He made it. It wasn't for sale. He didn't buy it from Brahma. He made it, and He made it, He owns it. He's the owner, He's the maker. If you own something and if you make something, you make a home entertainment center and design this speaker, that speaker, all that, then you're going to sit back and call your neighbors, come enjoy, I'll go to your house and sleep on your couch. No, you're going to enjoy. So God created, it's a very basic, simple point. It's a long way from apara rasa sara vilasa mortir. But anyway, you're asking a question about that, so that's the point. Start somewhere. If you have the idea, if you take 1,000 bhaktas, not even one thinking of Radharani when they chant. So if you have that idea, that means you're already making advancement. And then you go a little further and you think of, yes, I'm not only thinking of Radharani, but I'm thinking of pleasing Radharani by my chanting. I want to please Radharani by my chanting. And in what circumstance and where? Where is Radharani? And how? Why am I chanting? And when will I chant? And what does the holy name mean? Because the holy name can mean one thing when Radharani is separated from Krishna. And when Radharani is having union with Krishna, then the holy name, you may chant it with a different meaning. You may sit by the flower bed of Radha and Krishna, and they're enjoying their Kunja Vilas, Nikunja Vilas Leela, Nibriti Nikunja Vilas Leela, and you're sitting at their feet and you're fanning them with a chamar, or you're massaging Radharani's feet. And they may be just about to sleep or even about to wake up. And you may sing the Maha Mantra, but at that time then you'll sing the Maha Mantra with a yugal conception. The Maha Mantra means Radha and Krishna. And a sweet pastime. And because Radha and Krishna are just about to fall asleep, and you're massaging them, and you can see their intimate pastimes have come to a close, and they're quite tired, and they're about to fall asleep. So then you may very softly murmur the Hare Krishna mantra, and then you're thinking of a beautiful pastime. Then when Radha and Krishna go to sleep, then they dream. But their dreaming is Leela. They're Leela, Swapna Leela. So it's called Swapna Leela Amrita, or Amrit Avilas. So then when they fall asleep, and they're hearing you chant the Maha Mantra, meditating on a particular pastime of Hare and Krishna, and Hare and Rama, Radharani and Krishna, and Radharani and Radharaman and Raman. And then you're meditating on a pastime of their union. And then while they're sleeping, they're hearing you chant, and then what you're meditating on, the Leela you're meditating on, to help them sleep, and like a lullaby you could say, they actually enter into that Leela in their dreams, in their swapna. And then they wake up and Radha says, oh, I had a dream. In my dream I saw you, and we were doing this and that. And then Krishna said, I had the same dream. And in my dream I saw you, and we were doing this and that. And then Radharani looks at her manjari and said, it seems like I heard someone singing. Were you singing something just when we fell asleep? I was half in Jagaran and half in Swapna. I was just between waking and sleeping. Were you softly singing something, Manjari? And oh yeah, I was singing the Maha Mantra, meditating on a Leela. Oh, what Leela? And the one you just described. So this is chanting Hare Krishna, but this is the strength of your devotion, the strength of your realization, the strength of your attachment, and the strength of your feelings and purity of mind and heart will determine the conception of the Maha Mantra that you hold in your mind and heart while chanting. Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe Radha Sudanidhi Ki Jai. So we'll continue tomorrow, class 4, with verse 40. Tasya rasa rasasara rasasara tasya para rasasara vilasamurti. So what's that line? Tasya apara rasasara vilasamurti. It's all words to glorify Radha. It's all words to glorify Krishna. It's all words to glorify Radha and Krishna. Just like the Maha Mantra. This is one line of Sanskrit. This is verse 40 from Radha Sudanidhi. Tasya apara rasa sara vilasamurti. So this can break this in one line. It's all glorification of Krishna. Shamsundar Rasaraj, Rasa Vaisa, Rasa Kendra. Or the whole Pura Pada, first line. It's all about the glories of Radharani. Or you can divide it in half, and it's the glories of the first part is Krishna, and then Radha. And we save the best for last. So the end of the line is Radharani, Vilasamurti, and the beginning is Tasya Pararasa Sara. So the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, you can break it in half. Hare, Radha, and Krishna. Half is Krishna, half is Radha. Or the whole Maha Mantra is Krishna, or the whole Maha Mantra is Radha. Hare and Radha, like this you can do also. Radha can also be all words of describing Krishna or Radharani. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Radhe Radhe. Radha Rasamnidhi ki jai, jai jai Shri Radhe. Radharani, Radha Govinda Dev ki jai, Shama Kunda ki jai, Radha Kunda ki jai, Purushottamadikat Mas Brata ki jai, Prabhupada Saraswati ki jai, jai jai Shri Radhe Sham.